Uh, wait. Hold on. That's why. Okay. Oh. Alright, that's why. That was why. That was why. Okay. Alright. There we are. Do 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 do. Okay. Uh. How could she ever understand? I'm a born. Live now. Alright, there we are. Okay. I don't know why that's not updating. Alright. Cause I'm a half horse, half man. How could she ever understand that I'm a half horse, half man? makes sense. Okay, cool. I'm a half horse, half man. Fuck. Alright, I'm just gonna get into segments now. That's not good. Click. Alright. 3, 2, 1, action. Alright, new month, new bullshit. Let's look at what Mr. Horse is up to. Yay, Mr. Horse. Fucking asshole.
He resigned.
Yeah. Oh shit, you can't. Fuck. Shit.
Every bone in
Missy, that's enough. Alright. How could she ever understand that I'm a half horse, half man? Alright. 3, 2, 1, action. Alright, new day, new bullshit. Let's see what Mr. Horse is up to.
You hear Trudeau kicked the political can? He resigned.
every bone in my body has always told me to fight because I care deeply about Canadians. I care deeply about this country, and I will always be motivated by what is in the best interest of Canadians.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact is, despite best efforts to work through it,
He had 10 years to do literally anything. What do you mean? He did lots. He rode a wave of popularity that imploded immediately, and then he did nothing for 8 years. Oh, he like crushed a bunch of strikes. Didn't he like flub a coalition with Singh's party like 2 years ago?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know any of this stuff personally. I know about the Trudeau doing blackface thing, which I don't like. I don't know much about his policies, but
Because Singh's party wanted concessions when it came to like social spending, and then like it fell through. I think I might be oversimplifying it, but like he's done basically nothing. He got some poor people to kill themselves. Yeah, there's that.
Parliament has been paralyzed for months after what has been the longest session of a minority parliament in Canadian history. That's why this morning I advised the Governor-General that we need a new session of Parliament. He
did the same thing as Macron, where he thought that he could re-energize his popularity by calling for an election, and then the election happened and he had a minority government afterwards.
Granted this request, and the House will now be prorogued until March 24th.
I don't know. I'm a half horse, half man. How could she ever understand that I'm a half horse, half man? Oh, shit.
Over the holidays, I've also had a chance to reflect and have had long talks with my family about our future. Throughout the course of my career, any success I have personally achieved has been because of their support and with.
This is actually kind of boring, actually. I don't know if this will become a segment. Man. Excuse me. Christ. Alright, end segment. Let's find a new vaush video.
You hear Trudeau kicked the political can? He was.
Alright, new month, new bullshit. Let's see what Vaush is up to.
Resigned.
Every bone in my body has always told me to fight because I care deeply about Canadians. I care deeply.
Yes, you should be fighting. You should be fighting for your freedom. Your right to have freedom and to exist. That I agree with him there.
About this country, and I will always be motivated by what is in the best interest of Canadians.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact is, despite best efforts to work through it,
He had 10 years to do literally anything. What do you mean? He did lots. He rode a wave of popularity that imploded immediately, and then he did nothing for 8 years. Oh, he, like, crushed a bunch of strikes. Didn't he, like, flub a coalition with Singh's party, like, 2 years ago? Because Singh's party wanted concessions when it came to, like, social spending, and then, like, it fell through? I think I might be oversimplifying it, but, like, he's done basically nothing.
I don't know much about, I'm gonna be honest, but crushing a political party that wants to, like, stop or at least slow progress is good, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Vaush might have a different opinion. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
He got some poor people to kill themselves? Yeah, there's that.
Parliament has been paralyzed for months after what has been the longest session of a minority parliament in Canadian history. That's why this morning I advised the Governor-General that we need a new session of Parliament. He
did the same thing as Macron, where he thought that he could re-energize his popularity by calling for an election, and then the election happened and he had a minority government afterwards.
Granted this request, and the House will now be prorogued.
Once again, I don't know much about that situation. Does this get interesting? Because this is not fun to watch.
Until March 24th. Over the holidays, I've also had a chance to reflect and have had long talks with my family about our future. Throughout the course of my career, any success I have personal judgment.
He entered a coalition last election since he won a minority, with Singh accepting coalition as long as they got social spending and programs like free dental for kids and such. It fell through a month ago. What made it fall through? It falling through.
Scrap segment.
Might be the reason he's resigning, because he understands that it's all a foregone conclusion. But what made it fall through? They got national dental care and pharmacare passed. Well, that's good.
So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign the party's competitive again next internal elections.
It's close, you know. There was no specific thing that caused it. The NDP just pulled out and demanded Trudeau to resign. I mean, it's a pretty foregone conclusion, I guess. Why does he look happy? Well, no one likes him, so I guess he just wants to retire, man. This guy.
Does
this help them at all, or are they regardless? They're regardless. They would have to pull out like an insane last stop campaign
Hold on.
to beat.
Oh. Oh shit. I just realized I wasn't recording a lot of that bit. Hi, Green Man. I'm trying to do this professionally. I wasn't recording that entire, a majority of this segment. This is really boring. I know. the segment, I can just pause the recording on OBS, which is something that I like to do because it's helpful. That's better. That's better. Alright, does this get boring? That's what I want to see.
This guy, which I don't expect to happen. NDP is literally leading liberals in polls. It's so bad. Oh, I know. Look at that. And who could blame them? I mean, I can. But like,
I'm gonna actually move chat. See, move this. Move that here. Move that. I guess here. Yeah, that works, kinda. Yeah. Okay.
Trudeau has done nothing but fail his constituents over and over and over and over and over again. He's all the shit that I criticize Obama for, Trudeau is like that, but worse. He's, for one, like, he was only black for a day rather than his whole life. For two, he managed to achieve less over, the course of his time in power. Worse for coalition building. He just, is Trudeau worse than Biden? If you exclude Gaza and are only talking about domestic policy, absolutely yes, 100%, yeah, like by a wide.
Except Biden had tried to get ceasefires passed, but Trump said don't do that to Netanyahu, and Netanyahu was influenced by Trump to not accept any ceasefires. Oh, fuck. This segment is actually starting to ramp up. I might keep it.
Wide margin. God. Look at that. This is going to be like a Reagan level sweep, except in Quebec, which is the only province of Canada that's resisting the MAGA monoculture. You know? Doesn't Trudeau support Israel as well? Well, yeah, but it's hard to compare to
every culture, every country in the West supports Israel because they are a massive trade route. They are mostly a advantage for trading. That's not an excuse for what they are doing, but it's an explanation for why a lot of Western countries support them.
Biden's level of involvement. What do you know about that Pierre dude? He's like spineless, shifty, dog whistly MAGA light in Canada. That's it. Literally, it's the globalism of fascism. Basically, make America great again, but you cross out the A and put a C. It's diet MAGA bullshit. He's spineless. He doesn't have any real vision for the country. He hasn't he been doing this pathetic wheedling with Trump, where Trump's saying we want to make Canada the 51st state, and Pierre is like, oh, haha. Well, no, we have our own culture that we're proud of, but we're still good allies and want to work together to defeat globalism and the leftist menace, or what, haha, no.
Yeah, that's really stupid. That is really fucking dumb. I don't like that. Trump trying to invade Canada in the first place is the worst. The worst ever. The worst thing to ever possibly be a thing.
No need to go there. Just weak shit. Yeah, Hype is correct. I don't think Pierre is that popular. People just hate Trudeau. Like, unlike Donald Trump, who has his own genuine base of support, he has his own, like, cult of personality. Pierre is just people don't like Trudeau. I have not seen many Pierre stands on Canada Twitter. Ice variation of Ron DeSantis, then? Nah, I wouldn't say he's as far along as Ron DeSantis. Lindsey Graham? No. He, like, if you toned Ron DeSantis down a few notches, maybe? More Ted Cruz? Yeah, maybe more Ted Cruz. Yeah. Trudeau resigning basically rug pulled the whole conservative campaign, vaush, so they'll see. I don't think there's anything the Liberals can do to overcome this. Like, even with Trudeau leaving. I know it's mostly an anti-Trudeau campaign from the right, but good lord. Yeah, it's probably too late. I mean, we'll see, I guess. He's not that bad on social issues, though, at least compared to Republicans. Well, like I said, I mean, keep in mind, like, neither was Donald Trump back in 2016. Donald...
Alright, hold on. Oh, come on. I got a new headset, so it'll take me a while to find the mute switch on it. Oh, it's in the back for some reason. Actually, now that I'm already up, I can just grab a... Whew. I got myself a monster, chat. I got myself a monster. Alright, let's open this actually. Because I'm exhausted and I don't feel like I'm putting out good content right now. Alright, wait. Alright, let's continue.
Donald Trump mostly campaigned on Hillary Clinton is bad. Also, I'm the maverick stepping in to, like, save the country from the such and such. A lot of his socially reactionary positions, immigration aside, developed over time as they became part of the, like, zeitgeist of the right-wing movement. And this stuff takes time. But I don't think Pierre has the sauce to be, like, a Trump for Canada. I don't think that's very likely. Let me see if I can get a statement from...
Honestly, I don't know if there can be a Trump. I mean, obviously... Huh? Why does Discord say I'm playing Minecraft? What? Do I have Minecraft open? What? That's weird. I don't have it open. That's really weird. Let me check that actually. Nope. 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 I don't know why that's happening. It must be like delayed or something. But yeah. Alright, back to the segment. I really gotta get a new bench, y'all. This thing is like falling apart. It's alright.
Hold on. We want audio in that video?
He did tweet, and in his words, there is no change. That is from his account posted on X. There was also...
Green Moon, don't worry about stun locks. I can just kind of pause the recording. That's what I like about OBS. If I see like a thing I want to stun lock on, if it's irrelevant to the segment, I could just not include it. Obviously, I'm including this into this segment because, like, I don't just want to sit here and watch this, even though I have nothing to say about it because it's kind of really boring.
Desperate to
Let's play it now.
Canadians desperate to turn the page on this dark chapter in our history.
A lot of
Might be
charisma.
relieved today.
Is this the guy who's trying to be like Canadian MAGA? Already off to a bad start. He's a little too British, but in a posh way, you know? Like, a posh British man. He looks like... Okay, this might sound... Wait, hold on. Gotta... Hold on. Alright, that's fixed. Okay, cool. He looks... And this might get me canceled. He looks gay. He looks like a gay British man. Honestly. Like, he does. If there's any tankies watching, if I build a tanky audience, don't get mad. I am gay. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm pan or bi. I'm unlabeled, but I like men.
That Justin Trudeau is finally leaving. But what has really changed? Every Liberal MP in power today and every potential Liberal leadership contender fighting for the top job helped Justin Trudeau break the country over the last 9 years. All Liberal...
He looks like a Doctor Who character, but in a bad way.
Politicians actively worked to pass into law the job...
His face makes me angry. His face makes me so angry. Like y'all don't understand. His face makes me mad. I didn't know that faces could do that. How can a face just make you want to punch it?
Killing inflationary carbon tax. A tax that carbon...
See what I mean about more Ted Cruz than Donald Trump?
tax Carney endorsed in his book. All...
I don't think carbon taxes work. I might be wrong about that. I don't know much about carbon tax. I know we need less carbon in the atmosphere. But I don't know about carbon taxes. Probably. I try to get all the tankies out of my audience and try to not be audience captured like Vaush over here. My God, the conservative leader Pierre looks like someone someone I could shove in a locker. Like, actually though, like I wouldn't do that. I'm not like that, but like he looks like he would be shoved in a locker.
supported a law quadrupling the tax over the next 5 years. All voted for or actively supported Trudeau's out-of-control spending, debt, and immigration. All passed Trudeau's housing policies that doubled the cost of homes. All Liberal politicians helped pass catch-and-release bail and house arrest for the most rampant reoffenders.
What is he talking about? I don't know much about Canadian politics. I'll be the first to say this. I'm in Connecticut. I've been to Canada once for a school field trip back in middle school. I am well beyond middle school now.
It really is crazy how it's the same talking points everywhere. You know what I mean? He might as well just be an American politician the way he talks.
Increased violent crime 50%.
Sorry, I was just reading his chat. Scroll by.
gun crime 116%, and hate crime by 250%. So given that Liberal MPs and leadership contenders unanimously supported everything Trudeau has done, why dump him now, right before an election? Have they had a change of heart? Is it because they feel guilty that they doubled housing costs, hiked taxes, unleashed crime, broke immigration, forced a quarter of the population into poverty? No. They continued supporting Trudeau when he did all of those things. No, their only objection is that he is no longer popular enough to win an election and keep them in power.
I mean, yeah. He's no longer popular enough to win elections. Elections are a popularity contest. If you are not popular, you won't win elections. You won't get power. And people want power. Like, people want power. That is just a fact of life. You can't change that about people.
They want to protect their pensions and paycheck by sweeping their hated leader under the rug months before an election to trick you and then do it all.
This is months before an election. Is it like, wait. Green Moon, is this like a Canadian, like, general election, or is this like a primary? Because if it's a primary, then this is completely, like, reasonable, switching out Trudeau for, like, someone else, like, John Canada. But if it's a whatchamacallit, if it's a general election, like, to decide the Prime Minister, if Canada does what America did, that's really, really bad.
Over again.
The PM doesn't control housing costs. Canada's having the worst housing cost crisis basically in the Western world right now, right? Am I mistaken in that? Like, the cost of housing in Canada has skyrocketed way beyond... Like, what's going on with that? Why don't they build more houses? I know we don't build enough houses, but, like, across America, we build...
You don't just need the houses, you need the infrastructure to keep people... Alright, this is gonna get complicated. Okay, this is gonna be a segment. The first part is incredibly boring, though. But, you need the infrastructure, you need a social safety net. You need a whole bunch of stuff. A universal basic income would be amazing at keeping people housed. I think, personally, houses should be free, but... Okay, hold on. The party votes on who the new leader is of the... Okay, alright, yeah, it's a primary, basically. Alright, yeah. As long as it's not Canadian general elections. What was I saying? But yeah, you need the safety nets. You need, preferably, free housing. Houses should be free. But a universal basic income is a good step. Free, childcare would be amazing. Like, universal childcare, like, universal daycare, stuff like that. There we are. But yeah, universal childcare, a universal income, free food, free water for everyone. That would all be amazing. That would all be great. The only thing people should be paying for is luxuries, really. At least that's what I believe, you know? And, like, if you believe something different, that's perfectly fine. You could believe in a whole number of different things.
more houses than Canada does per capita by a lot. It's because of the provincial governments. Federal government can't control housing costs. It's provinces that do it. Yeah, so...
Shoot. How could she ever? Right. Okay. What? Oh, was that not? No, it was. Okay. Hold on. Do I have to? Oh, shoot. Okay. That's, yeah. That makes more sense. Okay. Alright.
It's because of the provincial governments. Federal government can't control housing costs. It's provinces that do it. Yeah, so why aren't the provinces doing it? Don't the provinces want their populations to increase? They have a larger tax base? That's why states do it. NIMBYs don't want skyscrapers. Is it?
Not necessarily. There are a lot of places that don't want to be big. A lot of whatchamacallits, a lot of towns here in America will only sell you a piece of land as long as it's like, I think 5 acres or something like that. Like a decent chunk of land, because they don't want to become cities. Other places, I'll use Haddam and Killingworth, for example, because those are the cities I know. Actually, Haddam is one city, Killingworth is a town, but they're kind of related. But still, like small town, city in Connecticut. Killingworth doesn't want to become a city, so they won't sell you land that is under, I think, 5 acres of land, maybe more. But Haddam is expanding into a city, and they will sell you lesser land so that there's more space for other people. It's a whole complicated thing.
Is it a NIMBY thing? I feel like it's not a NIMBY thing so much. In Canada, maybe it is. It is insane how countries can, like, basically collapse as a trickle-down consequence of boomers who bought their house in '76 for $5, who don't want their property taxes to increase. It is insane, like, how the entirety of, like, Western civilization and its stability, that whole bubble, is being supported upon the whims of those people. It's genuinely crazy. Whose idea was it to allow housing?
Yeah, but, like, the boomers won't be here for long. Like, they only have so much life left to live. Like, my grandma's a boomer. Like, I'm gonna miss her when she's gone, but, like, it's inevitable. Death comes for us all. We will all be in whatever afterlife we believe in, or none at all. Let's continue.
Policy to be dictated exclusively at the municipal level. What architect of Western civilization? Do I have to go back to Romulus? Who did that? Was it Remus? Was that his idea? How far back do we have to go? Because it seems to be a problem everywhere. Gilgamesh, man. It's almost exclusively Francophones that love mixed-zone housing in Canada. Yeah, I think I'm becoming more and more of a Quebec stan. They're racist and arrogant and really obnoxious, but at the same time, they're the only province of Canada that's resisting, like, the MAGA wave. Like they're
Everywhere is having a right-wing shift because it's... Alright, I need to kind of explain this as best I can, personally. Alright, so, a lot of countries have been to the left of America for a while now. And America's been slow to catch up. But since COVID, there has been a dip in the economy because COVID fucked so many things up. COVID fucked a lot of shit up. Actually fucked shit up. And the economy is still kind of healing from that. Especially America. The American economy is absolutely still healing from the, like, cannonball wound that was COVID. And it was healing, like, surgically with Biden in office. He was healing it good, but it wasn't fast enough. And so the American people said, "Yeah, let's just take this guy out and replace him with Trump, who just kind of looks at the cannonball wound, the big massive hole in the torso, right here, like this whole side just ripped out, and says, I'm not gonna do anything about it. It's not my problem. It's not my problem." And like, he's just like, "Not my problem. I don't need to fix it. I don't need to fix it. It'll fix itself on its own." And that's not good. And to a lesser extent, it's with the other countries as well, because they also had a massive hit with COVID. COVID's gonna send the world economy reeling for a while now. Hold on. Okay. But yeah, COVID is going to send the world economy reeling for a long time. Especially now, because the world had a right-wing surge. Now that, because the left worldwide, it wasn't just it's not just a right-wing surge, it's an anti-incumbent surge, because incumbent governments had a bad time dealing with COVID, and people think that the other guy can do better. Oof. Oof. Alright, let's continue.
their desire to be French outweighs their desire to like become part of the fascist blob that is taking over the rest of the Anglosphere, you know?
Now, while leaderless liberals focus on saving their jobs and fighting each other for power, the country spirals out of control, an out-of-control housing emergency, an out-of-control migrant crisis, an out-of-control $62 billion deficit, not to mention...
How much of a migrant crisis does Canada even have? Isn't a lot of their immigration people coming in on student visas? Like one of the reasons their population ballooned up beyond...
A lot of most immigration is student and work visas. Actually, I think most immigration to places like Canada and America is like, yeah, student and work visas. People come to America to work, to gain that American dollar to bring home to their families, and people go to Canada because, yeah, they have good education and universal college.
on what their housing could support is they just have a lot of people coming in for like to be students. They don't even share a border with a poorer country. The only way to enter Canada illegally, unless you really want to swim for it, is to come up through all of America. Like they're one of the most geographically isolated countries in the world.
Tariff threats from the United States. Oh, and another NDP Liberal carbon
Terror threats. It's invasion threats. They want it. The U.S. wants to take Canadian freedom. And like honestly, I just realized something. I might not have to move to do on the ground war journalism. I'll be here. I'll be in America reporting on this. Like I might move to Canada actually if this war starts. I'll be moving to Canada. More than likely. But, hold on. But, I might just stay in America and interview both American and Canadian troops. Oh, also, I was drinking a Monster this segment. The best flavor of Monster that's being discontinued. Why is my favorite flavor being discontinued? There we are.
tax hike kicks in this April 1st.
Based.
Everything's out of control. And now the government is out of control. This cannot go on. We need a carbon tax election now. To choose between...
There's more to illegal immigration than crossing the border on foot. But yeah, you're right. No, I know. But when you say migrant crisis, it's not just illegal immigration like overstaying your visas. It's pretty obvious what they're referring to here. America gets to pull that shit because we actually do have a lot of people who come up here illegally just by walking.
Wait, isn't the carbon tax, like, actually beneficial? I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere. Like, the carbon tax isn't bad. It's like... it's not taxing the people so much as it's taxing the companies. I remember that now. Shit. I can't believe I forgot that. Fuck. But yeah. I personally don't have enough information on the carbon tax. I will have to do a research segment on that. But yeah.
Like, that does happen. We have a massive border with Mexico. I don't think that happens in Canada. For them, the illegal immigrants would be people overstaying visas, but they would have had to get the visas in the first place. I'm sure there are people being trafficked in, the same with every country, but let's not overstate the issue here, you know?
The NDP Liberal Costly Coalition that taxes your food, punishes your work, doubles your housing costs, and unleashes crime and drugs in your community. Or common sense conservatives who will axe the tax, build the homes.
Common sense is just your... a collective bias. Alright, so, the thing about common sense, right? Is that it is a collection of your personal biases and prejudices and your life experience, right? And so everybody's common sense is different. My common sense is different from Vaush's common sense. My common sense is that you don't save lolly horse porn to your computer. He didn't get that memo. He doesn't understand that. But that's that's neither here nor there.
Fix the budget. And
That's on his computer, not mine. Honestly, he needs to be like investigated.
Stop the crime. Canadians can take back control of their lives and their country. Take back control of our border. Take back control of immigration. Take back control of spending, deficits, and...
Hold on. much longer do we have? About a minute left.
Inflation, take back control of our streets by locking up criminals, banning drugs, treating addiction, and stopping guns.
Oh my God. There are no accurate figures representing the number or composition of undocumented immigrants residing in Canada. A guesstimate of about 500,000 has been proposed nationally, but this number varies among other sources, which suggest anywhere from 20,000 to 200,000 undocumented workers. 20,000 to 200,000? Jesus Christ, man.
That is a large variable. Jeez, that's either like decently small or like extremely massive. And I think that's too much of a too much variability to properly take that, actually.
Sorry, 5 brown people without their papers entered your gigantic, second largest in the world country. Time for Western civilization to collapse.
We'll cap spending, axe taxes, reward work, build homes, uphold.
They want to axe taxes? What? It's probably the yeah, I will. I'm gonna get more people watching the live streams once they get bigger. But it's good to yeah, it's good to have you in the streams, Green Moon. I am probably gonna end the segment soon. I might stop the live streams for now until I can build a better audience, but that's yeah.
Old family, stop crime, secure borders, rearm our forces, restore our freedom, and put Canada first.
Yeah.
No, not the Canada first. They just took America first and then made it Canada. They just took America first, and I guess subsequent, I guess by like proxy and comparison, Canada first is a Nazi dog whistle, and I don't. The Nazi dog whistles, they're everywhere.
Okay, the point that I'm making by showing this guy is that I don't think he's a Trump at all. I think he's just another soulless...
Yeah, he's not, because Trump is charismatic and he's just stupid.
Crypto fash who's emptily recycling American conservative talking points as a way of gaining power. But this man will never have a cult of personality. At least not the kind that Trump has. He's not even like a Le Pen or a Meloni or whatever. Like he's like empty. He's an empty suit. It's not just his talking points. It's the way he conducts himself. It's the way he. You get me.
All right. Oop. And I guess that's where we're going to end this segment. I'll see you all next time. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell icon, and socials are going to be in the description. See y'all next time. Alright. First segment done. Oh. Let's 3, 2, 1. Action. Alright, so this video I found in another streamer's segment channel. But the title is Insecurities, Nazis, and Nightcore, Why Some Leftist Media Have Right-Wing Fan Bases. There's a trigger warning for racism, homophobia, transphobia, misogyny, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and ableism. And there is an epilepsy warning. For one, you skip to 119. Don't think any of my viewers. Yeah, let's just continue. Ooh, bright. That's some analog horror. Not gonna lie, that's like actually horrifying. I'm scared. Oh. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. That's nice.
One night, instead of sleeping, I was scrolling through TikTok, being the unproductive little shit that I am, and as I was enjoying the content that would have serious side effects for the rest of my life as a result of how much cell damage my brain would.
I love scrolling through TikTok. I wouldn't have found Epic the musical if it wasn't for TikTok. But I don't like the app personally. I know I just said I love it, but like I really don't. I don't like it. I'm probably gonna I'm making content there, but like it's probably gonna get banned anyway, so I don't know. I don't see the point in making content there right now. Hold on.
Sustained by the sheer amount of brain rot I have been consuming, I came across this video.
I remember one day, maybe was the first day of my life. You came to my heart, my eyes wide open to you. I feel warm behind you, take my hand inside. Kiss me, kiss me, kiss me again.
A simple lyric video of the classic Nightcore song Kiss Me Again by Roy B, easily one of my personal favorite songs of all time. So after listening to
Oh, I didn't. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna. Actually. I have to restart that segment. Fuck. Because I had. Yeah. Alright. I'm probably just. Actually, yeah. I'm just gonna record this one after the fact, actually. We're just gonna keep that there. Let's talk about this, actually. 3. Yeah, Green Moon, I forgot to turn my microphone back on. I am not good at this, alright? Alright, I'm just gonna put that record that after. 3, 2, 1, action. Alright, so Idaho wants to ban gay marriage. Idaho resolution pushes to restore natural definition of marriage. Alright. Put that there. Alright. In Idaho. Oh. Alright. My monitor does that. In Idaho, House Committee will consider a formal statement asking the U.S. Supreme Court to end same-sex marriage nationwide and allow the state to restore its ban on that marriage. Rep. Heather. Excuse me. Rep. Heather Scott R. Blanchard proposed the measure that calls the 2015. I almost said 2025. Calls the 2015 decision from the nation's highest court to legalize same-sex marriage an illegitimate overreach, and asks the court to reinstate the natural definition of marriage, whatever the fuck that means. Did I not move that? Here, yeah, okay. Saying that it is between one man and one woman. Honestly, marriage isn't natural. You don't find penguins. Oh, actually, yeah, penguins do have marriage. Actually, they have a kind of like a little rock thingy. They give their partner a rock, but I think that's more of a mating ritual than like a marriage ceremony. But peacocks don't have marriage. They just have a mating ritual. The court's 2015 ruling in Obergefell v. Hodges was a landmark decision that allowed gay couples to wed across the country, even in states that still ban unions of people from the same gender. The ruling was also largely recognized as a turning point in Americans' view on same-sex marriage, which have become much more favorable over the last 2 decades, according to a national polling from the Pew Research Center. But the Supreme Court's decision came by a 5-4 vote, and 3 new conservative judges were appointed by Republican President Donald J. Trump during his first term, shifting the court to the right. 2 of the court's most hardline conservatives, Justice Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito, have previously written that the Obergefell decision should be reconsidered. Honestly, I want to get married to a man. It should not be reconsidered. How about you reconsider this dick? I'm sorry, that was crass. The purpose of this resolution is just to affirm our state authority to regulate marriage, Scott said at Tuesday's hearing. The committee moved Scott's proposal forward Tuesday, and it will return to the committee for a public hearing at a date yet to be set. If ultimately passed by the legislature, the statement, carrying only symbolic but now legal weight, would be sent to the Supreme Court. We live in hell. We live in hell. Fuck. We live in hell. We live in hell. In a statement, House Minority Leader Ilana Rubel Du Bois and Senate Minority Leader Melissa Wintrow Du Bois called the efforts a sad distraction from far more important issues. Yeah, because that's what it is. Yet this is yet another deceiving or what? Okay, I can't read today. This is yet another example of the extreme wing of the Republican Party ginning up divisive social issues in order to create problems where none exist. The Idaho Democratic Party leaders told the Idaho Statesman, "Big government has no business telling consenting adults who they should love." This resolution may be a helpful gimmick for winning in closed GOP primaries, they've added, but it should be offensive to all Ohioans who value their individual rights and freedoms and just want to live their lives without egregious government interference. Ow. Oof. Oof. Big click in my jaw. But yeah, this is an attack on your freedoms. This absolutely is an attack on your freedoms. And you have to fight for your freedoms. Idaho's constitutional ban on same-sex marriage is still on the books and approved by voters in 2006 with 63% support. Fuck me, dude. Like, actually, fuck me. And fuck the people who are trying to criminalize same-sex marriage. Excuse me. In Idaho. Okay, I'm sorry. An Idaho federal judge ruled that the state's prohibition violated the U.S. Constitution's due process clause in 2014, which was followed a year later by the nationwide court decision. Nearly half of Ohioans who participated in a fall I almost said 2012. Honestly, I think this is going to be our last segment for today. I'm going to record off. Actually, we got to do more Rudy. I think Rudy will be the last segment for the day because I want to go to bed. Christ, I'm tired. Nearly half of Idahoans who participated in a fall 2022 public opinion poll conducted by the Statesman and Survey USA said they believe couples of same-sex gender should be legally allowed to marry. Of the 550 participants across the state, only 37. That's actually surprising. Only 37 said same-sex marriage should be unlawful. I thought a southern state like Ohio would be like higher than that, but like I guess it is exactly 2 a.m. for me. Agreement. But yeah, I really don't want to push Rudy off again, but like, I'm gonna have to record it. I'm just gonna have to record it in the morning. I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, this is like really awfully high, like too high for normal, but also like too, like it's lower than I expected. It's still massively high. And 14 said they weren't sure, and the poll had a confidence rating about plus minus 5 points. Growing concerns about the impermanence of Supreme Court proceedings prompted Congress to pass legislation in 2022, all states to recognize same-sex marriage performed in other states. Both Idaho senators, Republicans Jim Reached and Mike Crapo, voted against the bill, as did Idaho Republican Rep. Russ Fulcher. Rep. Mike Simpson voted in favor. President Joseph R. Biden Jr., a Democrat, signed the Bipartisan Respect for Marriage Act into law. This is why we love you, Biden. Committee takes up resolution praising BSU volleyball. Also, on Tuesday, the House Senate Affairs Committee introduced a measure praising Boise State University women's volleyball team, which forfeited 3 matches during the season against the California team that reportedly had a transgender athlete on its roster. BSU's decision to join a wider fight against trans participation in sports. It is spelled Crapo. So one less O than how you spelled it, Green Moon. Okay. The team's decision has already been commended by a number of Idaho officials. 2 Broncos players joined the lawsuit against the Mountain West Conference over the issue, which was dismissed. Idaho was the first state to ban transgender athlete participation in female sports. Tired. Idaho was the first state to ban. Oh yeah, I just read that. Okay. Governor Brad Little lauded the BSU volleyball team during his annual State of the State address on Monday. The American Civil Liberties Union sued Ohio over the ban, which has been condemned by LGBTQ advocates. Rep. Barbara I'm just not gonna pronounce her last. I'm too tired for a last name that is spelled Ehardt. Too tired for that shit. R. Idaho Falls, who Little recognized in his remarks, sponsored the resolution and said she wants the NCAA to change its policies on transgender athletes, which allow them to play in female sports. Their regressive policies are putting men in women's sports, men in single-sex spaces, and it's not right, she said on a Tuesday hearing. Except trans women aren't men. Alright. And I guess that's where we're ending this segment off. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell icon, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye. I hate to do this because I've been pushing Rudy off for so long now, but I am exhausted. I am really, really tired. I'm probably gonna stream earlier, not tomorrow, maybe. I might record some segments tomorrow on the back end, but I might not. Yeah, I might just stick to recording actually. Saving live streams for once I get a bigger audience. I'll see you next time, Green Moon. All right. Good night. Sweet dreams. Like, comment, ring the bell icon. Bye bye.